Actually God's idea. It's God's original foundational plan for you. And let me show you some perspective. Matthew 19 was read earlier. Let me just read it for you. Please turn there. I want you to underline this chapter for me very quickly. Matthew chapter 19 is an important chapter. It starts out with a question in verse 3 asked by the religious leaders to Jesus Christ our Lord. And they said to him, "Is it lawful for a man to put away his wife for any and every reason?" Again, they're talking about divorce. He answered, "Haven't you read that at the beginning it was not so, because the Creator made them male and female?" Stop reading right there. That's a powerful statement. They're talking about divorce. He ignored them. They're talking about a broken heart. He ignored them. He says, "Look, you guys talking about something I don't know about." You talking about divorce and broken homes and broken families and wayward children. You're talking about hurt emotions and traumatizing your children. You talk about people fighting and beating up each other and domestic problems. He said, "Look, in the beginning it was not so." He took them behind Genesis chapter 3, back to chapter 1. And he said, in the beginning, God, watch my lips, did not create marriage. Watch my lips again. In the beginning, God did not create marriage. That's what he really was saying. They said, "Should a man divorce his wife for any and every reason?" He said, no. It doesn't begin with marriage. He says, in the beginning, God made them male. He didn't make marriage. He made male first, and then he made a female. And they got married. You are beginning with the wrong thing. You're beginning with the product of marriage. I'm beginning with the ingredients for marriage. Oh, I'm getting ready to talk to myself. He said, "Look, you guys are focusing on marriage and divorce, and God's focusing on male and female. If you want never to experience a divorce," he says, "you must begin with the male and the female in the beginning." Very important. He said, "Look, God doesn't know what you're talking about, and I'm God. I don't know what you all are talking about." He says, "I don't know what you're talking about. All I know is from the beginning, we made male, we made female. You guys made divorce. I never made divorce. Don't know what you're talking about. That's an invention of Moses. All I made was male and female in the beginning." Everybody say in the beginning. That's important, because you don't want to marry anybody who is not in the beginning. See, there are two males and there are two females. Let me tell you who they are. There's a female in the beginning, and there's female after chapter 3. There's a male in the beginning, and there's a male after chapter 3. And if you marry an after chapter 3 male, you married a hazard. Let's prove it. He says, "For this reason should a man leave his mother and father and cleave unto his wife, and the two shall no longer be two but one." For what reason? He gave us the reason. The reason is they must be male and female in the beginning. That means the only time you should leave your mother and your father is when you found someone who is in the beginning. Oh boy. So your first question when a man looks at you and says he wants to marry you should not be, "Do you love me?" but "Where are you located?" Are you before Genesis 3 or after Genesis 3? Are you back in the garden or are you in the bush? We need to know. Oh, I need 2 days to talk about this. When she winks at you, brother, and say you're cute, just say, "Baby, where are you located? Are you before Genesis 3 or after Genesis 3? That becomes your determination for a long-term relationship. Why? Because that's the reason to leave home. We keep leaving the security of our homes to enter tents, shacks, shacking up. Tell your neighbor, stay home. At least you know where it is. Clap your hands right there. That's right. You know where home is.